So let's explore this section by playing this game. Make believe to you and I'm having a conversation. Typically, Western culture is when somebody comes to you and says, excuse me, who are you? You don't admonish them for asking you for such a particular and deep information about your identity. And so you tell them your name, for example, Sally Smith. But I'm going to challenge this response by taking out a piece of paper and writing letters Sally, and then showing this to you. It's what you do and what you are, a collection of letters. It's what that who and sees you, obviously not what you say it is. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm not really Sally. No way, that's not even politically correct these days. How could you be Frank, someone's wife? Are some of you saying that this doesn't exist before time? You participate in it, and okay, you have my attention, and now wait a minute, that's a fascinating story, but you didn't ask about what happened to you since you were born. I asked you, who are you? You're just describing all these experiences, but are these experiences really you? Wouldn't you be still in there aware of your existence even if you had gone to a different college, for example? And so you contemplate this and you realize that this was never in your life. Have you asked yourself that question and it was really meaningful? Who am I? This is what he was asking, pondering more seriously, saying when you're doubting your Dorothy in fifth grade play, you weren't 6'5". You were 4. So which are you? Now you're having the experience of trying to answer the questions and perhaps needing to sit back for some exploratory questions before returning to the core. When you were 10 years old, didn't you look in the mirror and see a 10-year-old? What was the same age that you see now, and the adult body that you're looking at has changed? But what about you? No one must be asking about the community guidelines. And is there a change in the continuity of being? Wasn't it the same being that looked behind carefully in the mirror throughout the years? You would have contemplated this very carefully with another question at hand. So you dream, who dreams? What does it mean to dream? Who watches it? And I do. The same, you look in the mirror. Does the same person who's reading these words also look in the mirror? He's just asking you, who do you see when you see? Who do you hear when you hear? Listen. It's me. I'm here experiencing all of this. That's about the best question and the best answer you'll have today. It's actually pretty easy to see that you're not the object of what you look at. It's a classic case-to-case, object-subject observation. It's your subject that's looking at the object. So we don't have enough energy to go through every object in the universe and correlate it with something and someone. So right away, if you swell swoop, then you're not the outside world. You're the inside looking out world. That's easy. Now, at least we've illuminated and ignited countless things outside of you. But who are you? And what are you really not? You just have to pay attention and realize that you will be still experiencing things, feeling outwardly all the frustration, anger, and even but who would you be feeling with these things? Again, you're saying me. And that's the right answer for some of the experiences outside, feeling tremendous fear inside. Though the dog would still be playing in front of you, you'd be completely preoccupied with the experience of fear. All of your attention you can quickly absorb by your own emotion. But what does it feel, the fear? It's not the same who you're at. You can become so absorbed in the beautiful nature of inner feelings or frightening inner fears that it's hard to focus to, in essence, inside, outside, you are, I am. To explore this more deeply, I have to do this many times, and when you're having this kind of emotional connection to the content, you're still in there, but you're aware of the peaceful quiet. Eventually, you'll begin to realize that the outside world and flow of inner emotions come and go. But you, on the other hand, you're bringing something to the table, consistently aware of whatever passes before you. But where are you? Maybe we can find you in your thoughts. Renee and Liza, fortunately, you don't have to think about it. You're very aware of the presence of the being and sense of existence without the help of yawning. What you would do is you would go into deep meditation, for example, throughout slops, and you would know that they've stopped once and for all. You don't think about it. You're simply aware of the no-thought state of being. You come back and say, wow, I went into this deep meditation for the first time. My thoughts completely stopped. I was in a place of complete peace, harmony, and quiet. And there you're experiencing the peace that occurs when your thoughts stop. And then obviously, existence is now dependent upon the act of thinking. Though you can stop, they're only getting more extremely noisy. Sometimes you have many more thoughts than other times. You may even tell someone, my mind is driving the cat crazy. Even since she mouthed things to me, I can't even sleep calmly. My mind won't shut up. Whose mind? Who's noticing the thoughts? Who's playing with the fact that you can't get rid of them? If you start a strangle, then you may go through a portal and struggle with the thoughts at the time. Who's that aware of your presence? You're simply aware of the thoughts and the happening moment. Finally, you say, fine, I'm not anything outside of me, and I'm not my emotions, I'm not my thoughts. Plus, I'm not the things that are noisy, creepy, happy, and sad. Thoughts are something else I'm aware of, but who am I in all of this? It starts to become a serious question. Who am I? Who's having all these physical, emotional, and mental exercises performed and contemplative questions that are a little deeper every single time, and it's done by letting go of the experiences and noticing who left the court. You will notice, eventually you'll get to the point within yourself that you realize that you, the experiencer, have a certain quality. You now know that you're in there. You don't have to think about it. You just know. And you can't think about what you want to do, but you will know what you're thinking about. So you exist regardless, thoughts or none. To make this more experiential, let's try a consciousness experiment. Notice that with a single glance at a room or a window, you instantaneously see a detail, having focus within the scope of your vision, both near, far, wherever it is, without noticing your head or eyes on your shoulders, knees, and toes. All the intricate details of what you immediately see. Look at all of the colors of the rainbow, the variations of light, the grain of wood furniture, the architecture of buildings, and a bark on the trees. Notice that you take it all at once, and without having to think about it, isolate it, label, describe all the intricate detail, and label it once again. When you just look at certain creating thoughts, your consciousness is effortlessly aware of and fully comprehends everything it sees. Consciousness is the highest word you will ever utter. There's nothing higher, lower, deeper than consciousness. Consciousness is pure in its awareness. But what is awareness? Let's try another time and another time. Let's say you are in a room looking at a group of people playing a piano. Now, make believe the piano ceases to exist in your mind, and I'm not attached to any pianos. Okay, then make believe in people that cease to exist in the room that's never existed. Are you still okay in following? Can you handle it? You can say, sure, I like being alone. I make believe and my awareness still doesn't exist in the context that you're turning off. Now, are you doing this now? What would it be like if your awareness did not exist? It's actually pretty simple. You wouldn't be there. There would be no sense of you. There wouldn't be anyone to say to you, wow, I lose contact with the physical realm. There would be no awareness of being.